Shalom, shalom. First off, I want to start off by giving all the glory, infinite praise, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, love, and salutation to the hopeful elect that is out there pushing this truth in all sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, giving diligence to make your calling and election sure. Shalom. This is your brother Hashah from the Great Millstone Savannah Camp, coming back in the spirit with another lesson. Lord willing, I pray and hope that it is edifying and exhorting. I want to do this lesson, going into this whole, rapture thing that happened this week. Um, and, just give, just for a little background, there was a so-called pastor. I believe he was from Uganda, South Africa. And he said that the rapture was going to come on the 23rd and the 24th, right? And you had people, do foolish things in preparation, which, you know, we're it's funny because like the elder said, man, the human condition has gotten so bad that now people want a rapture, right? Um People are begging to be taken out of this hell, you know, and instead of listening to the prophets, instead of listening to the true prophets of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, they're seeking uh, a vision, a sign, or a word from the Christian church. All right, and there is none. Okay, because like we've been telling you, the Christian church doesn't have it. They don't have it. They don't got it. The Lord isn't dealing with them. Contrary to popular belief. Okay, and the real true prophets have been telling you that till all these prophecies are fulfilled, the kingdom of heaven will not come. Okay, the prophecies must first come to pass. All right, and there's still prophecies that need to be fulfilled, like the MOTB, um, like the famine of the word. Okay, a lot of these prophecies have to be fulfilled first. Okay, so I looked up, I just asked ChatGPT, right? Where did the rapture doctrine come from? Okay, and a lot of people, basically what it's saying is that people are misinterpreting First Thessalonians 4:16, which I'll get. Um, I'll get it in this Bible. First Thessalonians 4 and what do you say, 15, 16. And I'm gonna read it in the KJV for just for clarity. Okay. Um 4:16. So First Thessalonians 4:16, it says, "For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, and the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of Yahweh, the trump of power," right? Or the trump of God, uh, "and the dead in Hamashiach shall be raised first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore comfort one another with these words." And a lot of people think that this is the rapture, this is heaven. But really and truly, this is the Israelites, all right, being beamed up into a chariot, all right, to escape the coming destruction from thermonuclear fire that is coming to America. Okay. It's not a rapture, and it's not gonna be everywhere. All right, or it's not gonna be in a specific place. No, it's gonna be wherever the believer is. Right, they're gonna be being beamed up. All right, and people are gonna see them. It's gonna be a big deal. It's not gonna be some secret thing where uh you know clothes just secret. No, no, no. People are gonna see the elect being beamed up into a chariot. They're gonna see Yahweh Shah come back on a chariot. Okay, but further, to further go, it says early Christians describing the second coming, not a secret escape before tribulation. Right? It's not gonna happen before the tribulation. It's gonna happen in the midst of tribulation, right? But before destruction. All right, and there's a difference. Okay, because the elect is not gonna be destroyed in thermonuclear fire. The elect is going to be saved. They're going to be delivered out of that uh, situation, right? And it says, you know, you guys can read this. I want to skip down to the spread in America. It says the rapture doctrine spread in the United States through the Scofield Reference Bible. Cyrus the first. This is why you got to be careful with the translations as well, man, because a lot of stuff is misinterpreted. It says, and this is why we urge, new believers to, get into the KJV, the original text, and look up the words. All right, and it says including Darby's notes along the scriptures, making it seem like the standard doctrine. Evangelical and fundamentalist churches adopted it heavy in the 20th century, especially during times of war and un haval and upheaving heavily Salakia. Um, the late planet Earth. It says in the 21st century's books like Hall Lindsey's the greatest planet Earth and Left Behind, right, which is a movie. Right, so a lot of these, it says the summary, right? It says, so this is the short. The rapture doctrine, as commonly taught today, originated in the 19th century, right? So this is a new thing. This is a new doctrine, okay? And it's false, right? It says with John Nelson Darby and dispensationalism. Not in the early church. The Bible speaks of believers being gathered to Yahushua at his coming, but the idea of secret pre-tribulation escape was added much later, you see. So, these doctrines and what they found out yesterday is that the Lord is not dealing, not yesterday, but 2 days ago, yesterday, that the Lord is not dealing with the Christian church, man. That's really how it goes, man. All right. This is Ezekiel 12:22. It says, "Son of man, what is the proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged and every vision faileth?" And we've been, basically telling our people for 30 plus years, through the apostles and the elders on down, that there is a destruction coming along with the salvation um, of the elect. All right, thermonuclear missiles are going to be shot. The MOTB is going to be implemented. World War III is going to take place. The war to end all wars, right? And our people have not seen the vision. Okay, and where there is no vision, the people perish. So our people are ultimately, the majority of them are going to perish, right? 23, it says, "Tell them therefore, thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision, right? The effect of every vision, meaning that, um, everything that the prophets seen in the scriptures, all the visions, all the, you know, uh, prophecies that were, giving insight to the prophets, right? They're gonna come to pass in this time, man. It's gonna be prophecy on top of prophecy on top of prophecy. They're gonna, even right now, the prophecies are speaking, but in that day, it's gonna be the only thing speaking, man. Right? Verse 24, it says, there shall no more be any vain vision nor flattering divination within the house of Israel, and the Lord is confounding uh, all the doctrines that come against the true doctrine of Yahweh Shem Shai. Everything is getting confounded. People are being found out. All right, the sellouts are showing themselves. Okay, and the Lord is, making good on His promise unto the elect, man. All right, and I want to get, what do you say, when the prophet that have prophesied of peace, then it says, then shall they know the prophet. Let me see. Yep, here it is right here. Jeremiah 28 and 8. It says, the prophets that have been before me of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence, right? And when you look at the Christian church, they haven't prophesied against America. All right, they haven't proclaimed destruction to America for all its wicked deeds. They have cast a false vision in front of our people, man. They have told us that, this is the place of our prosperity, right? Prosperity was at the forefront of their teaching. All right, come as thou art, and love. This was at the forefront of their teaching, not the fear of the Lord, not the Lord's indignation, not uh the Lord of the Lord of recompense, the Lord of armies. No, they have taught our people to play with the Lord. Okay, not to fear. And so, when all these things do come, and they're looking for prosperity, they're gonna be caught out there, man. All right, you were looking for a raptured, uh, some type of rapture. You sold everything. Well, the Lord had you do that. Verse 9, it says, the prophet which prophesied for peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that Yahweh have sent him. So it's gonna be known in that day who the Lord was dealing with. And it's becoming more and more evident now. All right, but especially in those days, right? And another reason we know that's gonna happen is because the Lord said He would get the elect praise and fame. Okay, meaning that these men are gonna be well-known men. All right, in America. Okay, people are gonna look and say, "Damn, that was such and such." We used to work together. Um, I always thought he was a little throw it off, a little crazy. All right, for saying the things that he said, but um, it's gonna be known in that day, man. All right. Um, Matter of fact, I want to get for many shall come saying, right? Matthew 24 and 5, it says, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am anointed, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. Right? And he said it 3 times. It says, Mark 13:6, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, the anointed, and shall deceive many. So many people are going to be deceived. Luke 21:8, it says, take heed that ye be not deceived, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and the time draweth near, go ye not therefore after them. Right? So the Lord told us, man, hey, it's gonna be a lot of, you know, different visions and different, people out here trying to prophesy, man. All right, but go not after them. Okay, so we know that there's no such thing as a rapture. All right, that the elect is going to be beamed up into chariots. Okay, during the time of thermonuclear destruction. And that's what we've been telling our people, man, to come back to Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, and receive this glorious truth. Okay, um, Luke 17:20, it says, then he was demanded of the Pharisees when the kingdom of heaven should come, and he answered them and said, the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of God, the kingdom of power, cometh not with observation, neither shall they say, lo here, or lo there, for behold, the kingdom of Yahweh, the kingdom of power, is within you. Okay, and he was really just being spiritual, right? He was giving them the spiritual word, which was that, hey, it's not going to come without action. It's not going to come without repentance, without watching, without doing the work. you know and in order to even tap into that, you gotta tap into your spirit, oneself. And that's a fight that's within oneself, man. um I wanted to get one more thing. Oh, what the Christians always use, right? um we say, no man knoweth the day nor hour. Slovakia. Let me get it. Right. Matthew 25:12, it says, but he answered and said, verily I say unto you, I know you not. Watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour wherewith the Son of Man cometh. For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. All right. And unto one he gave 5 talents, uh, to another 2, to another 1, to every man according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey. Then he had Salakia. Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same and made them other 5 talents. So he worked. All right. Not only did he have the 5 talents, he gained 5 others. Right. It says, and likewise he that received 2, he also gained another 2. But he that received 1 went and digged into the earth and hid his Lord's money. After a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoneth with them. And so he that received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more. His Lord said unto him, Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Even enter thou into the joy of Yahweh. Right? It says, he also that received 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents beside him. His Lord said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of the Lord. Then he which had received 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art a hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid, and went and hid the talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast that is thine. His Lord answered and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant. So the kingdom is not going to come by observation. It's not going to come by just wishing and hoping it happens. No, the Lord requires action, right? It says, Knowest thou not, I reap where I have sown not, and I gather where I have not strawed. Thou oughtest therefore have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received my own with usury. Right? It says, Take therefore the talent from him, and give unto him which have 10 talents. For unto every one that shall be given, and he that have abundance, but from him that shall not have be taken away even that which he hath. All right. It says, And cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness, there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So a lot of these people, they're unprofitable, right? They're not listening to the right people. All right. They're not breaking down the scriptures the right way. Okay, they're not multiplying the talents. All right, the grace period that Yahweh Shah has given, they're not making good on it, man. So the Lord is going to cast them away, and those that follow them as well. So, I just wanted to do this quick lesson, going into the whole rapture thing. Lord willing, it was edifying and exhorting. I want to end off by giving all the glory, infinite praise and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace, love, and salutation to the hopeful elect that is out there pushing this truth in all sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, giving diligence to make your calling